Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Introducing the Weed Gator for safe and easy aquatic weed removal. The Weed Gator is the #1 alternative to harsh chemicals for getting rid of pond and lake weeds. Safe and effective. See it in action now at weedgator.net. Made in the USA. Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of Northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. This week on Michigan Magazine, Mid-Michigan Gallery 515 reveals a big community project that will turn a backstreet alley into a work of art. It's an amazing story about how citizens of Northern Michigan are coming together to turn alleys into worlds of wonder. But first, we celebrate a human's best friend, the canine. The dogs we love may only bless our lives in a relatively short period of time, but the time they're here and part of our lives is precious to many. So why not celebrate those times with special moments? That was the intent of a wonderful lady baker we met in our early travels, we referred to as Turtle Ellen, whose love of dogs turned into a cottage business, Canine Cakes. Her business filled a niche on the west side of Michigan, baking and decorating canine-safe birthday cakes for dogs. What a wonderful idea. The love is going to flow on this edition of Michigan Magazine. Luzerne Express Campground is the premier campground with everything to make your northern adventure complete. Modern and rustic campsites, equestrian campers welcome, a huge market with bakery and deli, nearby RV, hiking, and horse trails, along with a complete canoe, raft, and kayak rental. Visit us online, then call for more information and reserve your spot today. Something special's cooking, hot and delicious. Indulge yourself at Morning at Maggie's in Bay City. Omelets, frittatas, hotcakes, and more. Make every day special with a stop at Morning at Maggie's for breakfast or lunch on Saginaw in Bay City. Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. On the shores of White River and White Lake, near Lake Michigan, lies in Muskegon County the friendly communities of Montague and Whitehall. The area is not only known for its natural beauty, but also is the home of the world's largest weather vane. But something else more recently has been detected in the air, drawing the attention of the nation's canine community. The aroma of Turtle Ellen's Canine Cakes has been detected by their masters, satisfying the birthday wishes of dozens of dogs around the country. Michigan Magazine dropped by Turtle Ellen's home and workshop just in time to help celebrate the make-believe birth of the dog of the day, Mozart.
Well, on this edition of Michigan Magazine, we are not going to the dogs. We are party animals, more or less, and we are at Turtle Ellen's, and she is the baker of cakes, birthday cakes, and special treats for pets. And we have a special guest of honor, Mozart, here today on Michigan Magazine, testing Turtle Ellen's delicious treat. You like that, Mo? Well, I think he's getting into it faster than we can get into it. Shall we serve out some of this, or should we just let Mozart enjoy it?
He likes this cake.
He likes this cake. Happy birthday, Mo.
Mozart's appetite for these delicious cakes is being shared by dogs from throughout the country. Turtle Ellen took time out that day to tell us how this unique idea of canine cakes came into being.
I would have to say that I kind of fell into it. I had a job at the bakery, and I've always enjoyed baking. I left the bakery, and I thought perhaps I could bake for humans in between jobs at home. And we already had a house full of animals, and my sister acquired another dog. And I thought there is no way that I can bake for humans here, so just lying in bed one night, it just kind of, I said, okay, for dogs. I love dogs anyway, why not? No, I don't know of anybody doing this. So we started, but it took a very long time. A very, very long time. Every dog that's tried it has liked it. I mean, there has been no refusal or anything. They usually, know when the package comes, right away they can smell the molasses. So there's something, I guess molasses is what they feed horses and cows and everything. All these animals like molasses. And when the dogs smell this, even in the box, they're waiting for it. They know it's for them.
Now, how many cakes have you done so far? Do you know, just offhand?
I've given out a lot of free ones. I've been selling them like that because I waited a long time for my license. My license came through in February.
Now you have to have a license for this too?
You have to be licensed with the Department of Agriculture.
Okay.
Which a lot of people don't know. The ingredient labels right here on the box. And I had to send samples out to a outside laboratory, not the Department of Agriculture, but a outside laboratory to have it analyzed, and you have to have a breakdown of crude fat, protein, all this kind of stuff. And it has to be labeled on the package.
So we are official.
We are official.
We are government approved.
We are government
and
approved.
we are set to please the dogs and the animals of the world with special greetings from the human friends. Now this, you've been sending them all over the country, haven't you now? You've got clients, just a round figure of how many you did so far at all? Or?
I would say not as many as you think yet, maybe about 50, close to 50.
Oh my goodness, the word is spreading. What is involved in baking a cake like this? Now this is not the average cake. This takes a little extra care, doesn't it?
It takes a lot of extra care.
Tell
That's
us.
why I'm not worried about anybody mimicking my cakes, because
Right.
a lot of people don't have the patience to do this. What I do is I make this shell first. What's underneath here, you can see.
Okay. Well, this is
Okay.
more or less this shell here we see
Yeah,
here.
this is the shell, and this is actually formed over a dog dish.
Over
That's
a
how we
dog
started.
dish.
We started with what we had in the kitchen, okay? So this is formed first and baked.
What is the ingredients in that? What is
This
that?
is molasses. Molasses and eggs and flour and salt and a little bit of oil.
And that's formed over a dog's dish.
Right, and
Okay.
baked.
Baked.
And it's taken off the crock and cooled a bit, and then I make the cake batter, which is not really cake, it's more like a bread. And if you want to cut into this, you can too. If you want to see.
Sure.
I'll
Let's
show
take a
you.
look.
This is what I have to do, is slice this whole thing off when I get ready to decorate the cake.
Okay.
Okay, but this is the texture inside, and you can see I use really hard steel cut oats. And that's that fleck in there, but you feel it, it's really, really moist.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's
It
like a
is.
moist bread. And the only sweetener in here is the blackstrap molasses.
No chocolate or anything
No
of that
chocolate.
sort?
It looks like chocolate, but it's not. It's
And the
chocolate.
dogs go crazy.
They go crazy a little bit.
And from this point here, you do your final touches?
We flip it over, and then this here, right now this came out of the freezer, it's a little bit wet. This is another recipe that I created. It's a dough. It's not frosting. This will harden right up here. It's baked on. It's not frosting. And this does have a little bit of sugar in it in order for it to stand up.
Right.
You know, but it has very little in it. And it's just drizzled. But the cake goes in the oven 3 times. This is just a simple sweet dough recipe that will bake in the oven.
And I think we've got the guests are arriving shortly. I can hear them now in the background. They're all anxious.
They're anxious. They're anxious.
Now, is this something that maybe that the master could share with the dog in the celebration too? Is it edible by the humans too?
It certainly is, but
But,
we're not supposed to talk
right,
about that.
Right, if it's at their discretion. Well, you didn't tell them to do it. Now this is the molasses
Right,
strips.
this is what's left over, and the dogs love it, we love it, my sister and I eat this all the time. It's
good.
It's addictive.
It is. It's very
If you
good.
like something like that.
Now, how does a person go about saying, "Well, I'd like to get a cake like this"? I mean, do they contact you, or how does someone? How far in advance do you have to be?
They need to pick up the phone and call me, and I need at least 3 weeks to schedule. And I ship out on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays because everything has to go second day air, and it must get there within 2 days because it's a perishable product.
Tell us a little bit more about your background. How eventually this led to where it is today. I mean, where did the inspiration come from finally? And you decided you had some I can tell you've had bakery experience.
No,
some
actually,
decoration.
I think I was a baker in my past life because I've always loved bread. This is more, not a sweet, it's more like bread. The shell, I actually knead it like a dough. I have to knead it till it's pliable. It's like a dark brown leather that I can almost stretch across it. You know, so there's a feel of making a bread. And this is something that's just been inherent. So.
And you just develop something. It's got to be a love of what you do.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
And
I love making each one, and each one turns out a little bit different, you know. You try to make a perfectness, you know, but everyone's a little bit different, and the weather changes everything as, you know, baking.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any unusual requests yet? Or?
Yes, I had a wonderful lady write me a 4-page letter who is in the hospital with a broken hip, who had her dog put to sleep, and evidently an elderly lady, a widow. She hopes to get out of the hospital and have a new dog, but she is close to this one coon hound. She saw a picture of my dog Mozart, a hound, and she knows this coon hound who was ran over by a train, who has only 2 legs, who lives with his veterinarian in Kentucky, and she thinks that this dog deserves a cake. Well, I wrote back to her, I said, indeed, you know, it does, so the cake is coming, you know, free of charge.
Well, that's wonderful.
But a coon hound with 2 legs is pretty unusual.
Yes, it is.
Turtle Ellen went on to explain her hopes and dreams of eventually expanding her Canine Cakes business out of her home workshop to a downtown location to more effectively satisfy her growing list of clients nationwide. And of all her clients show an appetite for the products, as resident taste tester Mozart has, Turtle Ellen Canine Cakes future is secure.
Well, thank you, Mo. Thank you, Turtle Ellen, for being on Michigan Magazine.
Thank you.
And happy birthday, you party animal.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare. What began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more. Plus a full menu at the new adjacent Traffic Stop Diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Your northern experience is never complete without a stop at the historic Ma Dieter's of Luzerne. Enjoy the ambiance inside or outside on the huge patio area. Order from the complete menu with entrees served hot, fresh, and good. Come experience Ma Dieter's in the heart of God's country, Luzerne, Michigan. Hingeman Acres Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mayo, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mayo. There is always hope in our next generation of leaders and innovators. That's why we delight in bringing you updates on what's happening at the 515 Gallery in downtown Clare. This gallery is essentially run by students from area schools under the direction of Kim Kleinhardt, instructor and administrator of the gallery located on the main thoroughfare of Clare, known as McEwen and Old US 27. Let's take a look at what's happening.
It is a really exciting time to stop by Clare and the 515 Gallery. We have the student show that was juried, and we have 4 schools from the surrounding area: Gladwin, Harrison, Clare, and Shepherd. And last Friday night we had the opening and gave away $1,000. So really fun to see the creative things that these students come up with.
So this is pretty much students.
Just student
on display
work.
here.
Yep, just high school student, 9th through 12th grade. There was no theme involved, so you see a little bit of everything.
All right.
And we have about 41 students that have participated from the 4 schools. So it's very diverse, from sculptures to paintings to sculptures to a little bit of everything.
All right, it's a wonderful place to stop on by and show the spirit of the community by stopping by and give them as much support. You know, it's not something that you really understand that is out your own back door. When you come in here, I'm just flabbergasted what the students are coming up with.
Oh
and
my
what you have here,
goodness,
too.
yes.
But you also have special shows throughout the year too, other things?
We
Special
do.
events? Yeah,
We
okay.
have professional work throughout the year,
Okay.
and we have an exciting project happening just out back of
Okay.
the gallery. Through the city of Clare, we have attained a grant, and we are going to try to convert it into an art alley. So today at 2, we actually have a a reveal of some of the designs that we're going to be using on a building out back in order to create a community mural.
There you go. So the alleys of Clare are going to be coming alive with the beauty of artwork and surprises, more or less, eh?
Absolutely.
So explore Clare.
Exactly. And we have asked artists to submit some ideas in order to help us out redesigning one of these buildings in the back, right out back, the 515. So we had several artists submit designs. We have two winners. Al Wildy is an artist and a CMU professor of photography from CMU. And also Julie Wells, who is a local artist that we have right here in town. We have talked with both of them and come up with some other ideas from some of the other community members, artists from the area. And so today at 2 o'clock we are actually going to reveal what we have in mind.
And this is the concept right there,
This is the basic concept here. We'd like to have parts of it be interactive, such as the umbrella actually sticks out. You can take your photograph with it because we have a pipe out there that actually does drip water, so that works. We'd also like to do some mosaic work and have the community drop off bits and pieces of broken things for us to put there. And we're really excited about Al Wildy's idea where we take photographs of people from the community, print them on 2-inch tiles, and then actually put a composite together of all the pieces so that it creates a community portrait. So
the face that you see on the wall on the mural is going to be a composite of everybody's personality somewhere, or their image, and they're going to be part of the...
Exactly. And
amazing.
so they're going to be able to go up close and see their photograph, but then step back and see how all of us work together and merge as a composite portrait. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what we are. A community coming together for one image, right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Thanks, Kim, for sharing, and we'll be in touch.
Oh, awesome. We'd love to have you back.
Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 Northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.
Well, thanks again for joining us in Michigan Magazine. Remember, for all the contact information on this specific show, be sure and send us an email at iwatchmichiganmagazine@gmail.com and mention the show, number 2029, or go to the website the week of its airing, www.michiganmagazinetv.webs.com. Now, at this website, you'll find specific contact information by clicking on the This Week's Show tab. There you go. We have some exciting new shows coming your way. Of course, we are always bringing you stories of history and heritage-filled locations off the beaten path, along with family festivals and unique individuals that call Michigan home. We've got more stories on the growing quilt trail phenomenon, including a visit to a quilt festival and a Mennonite and Amish handmade quilt auction, where literally tens of thousands of dollars are raised for world relief in a single day. Of course, we're busy in the studio editing the upcoming Uncle Cliff's Kitchen series. Plus, we'll be featuring a family barbecue that features the new Grillin' Pal by Tom Simon. What can be better than grilling outside with no fuss or muss and very little cleanup, thanks to the Grillin' Pal, a Michigan product from a Bay City inventor. Look at what Tom's cooking up. Delicious food and fun for the whole family. Plus, speaking of Michigan inventions and inventors, there's no shortage of them in the Great Lakes State. We've had a whole roster coming up with things being invented and marketed in Michigan and beyond by the Michigander. We'll introduce Michigan and her inventors regularly right here on RFD TV. Now, let's get back to trying to give you a chance to win something big with our phrase of the week. Brand new adventures coming to Michigan Magazine. Stay tuned. You know the drill. Send it to the following address, either snail mail or email, and good luck. Thanks again for joining us in Michigan Magazine. Be sure and keep in touch with us 24/7 at all our social media outlets. We'll see you next week for another edition of Michigan Magazine. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Rose City Drug, just south of the Rose City city limits at 2640 North M33, featuring a state-of-the-art, completely automated and extremely accurate computer-filled prescription process.
Here at Rose City Drug, we're a family-owned and operated for over 20 years. We offer fast and friendly service, and we always take the extra step to make sure your needs are fulfilled.
See